Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, A Game of Thrones. So last episode was quite eventful. It started with a war on the Vale, where we were able to claim Darkmoor, but then we had to put down a revolt from Lord Jamos of Harrenhal. That took longer than I expected, but in the meantime, we had one of our vassals, Lord Wayland the Old of Acorn's Ridge, who claimed Brentbrook from the Rock for himself. So we start this episode with a claim that we fabricated down here on Hayford in Blackwater Bay. And we are back up to 20,000 troops already. But Storm Queen Lucinda of the Stormlands has 17,000 herself. So I'm not sure that I want to take that chance at the moment. Additionally, to the east, we have Lord Frater II, the Just, of Cracklaw Point, who is newly independent from Dragonstone, but only on 2,500 troops. King Orland, however, is up to 58, and Prince Andro, I think, is looking pretty good, but he's poor on the martial at a 3, so anything that we wanted to do militarily should probably be done sooner rather than later. One thing I do want to do is spend some of this money that I've stockpiled. I'm up to 1,170. And I'm going to spend $295 on a castle town in Riverrun. I also inherited this castle in Antlers from my mother. So I'm going to get some patrol post in there. Andro is currently the Castellan of Tarth, and his wife, Alice, is the Lady of Tarth. So, we were trying to get ourselves a little bit of Tarth, and it turns out that Serene has died under suspicious circumstances, which is unfortunate. I didn't have anything to do with it. But then also, her son has done the same. So therefore, with Malia Tarth dead of grayscale at 20, my daughter-in-law is the Lady of Tarth. And Andro's son, Carl, is heir to the High Lordship of Tarth. So we've kind of done it for the time being. It seems like the Tullys will control Tarth. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm moderately proud of myself. That's how you play the marriage game right there. Alright, so I'm going to keep an eye on my potential enemies in the east and get time going here. Of note, I have also changed some of the settings to where I won't be getting so many notices. The wars between the great powers of the Trident have subsided for now. For now. The world is a dangerous place, and devious plots are everywhere. Rumors have reached you that people are conspiring to kill you. I must be careful. Yep, down here we have Lord Jamos plans to kill King Orland. That's being backed by my ex-wife and Lord Tyler, my cousin, of the Crossing. Their plot is at 27. If I plot to kill Jamos, it's already at 24, and I haven't even invited anybody yet. A lot of people are maybes, but I'd have to spend some coin. Lord Rob of Blackwood is on board. Master Ronald, whoever that is. Courtier of Harrenhal, More courtiers. My brother, Lord Kurth, thank you so much. Septon of Harrenhal. Lord Anson of Blackwater Rush. Prince Simon the Bold, thank you. Right now, can I send Liza the Pike, into Harrenhal? We're getting all the yeses back to kill Lord Jamos. Nobody likes him. He is kind of a dick. And that gets our plot power up to 82. Thank you so much. That gives us a decent chance, I think. If we send some coin to Lord Wayland, 15, and now he'll join us, and our plot power is up to 112. Now we're talking. I think Lord Jamos could be in real trouble. His heir is Thorin, his son, and it does continue down the Darkland path pretty far. So give that a little bit of time. See if we can come up with some kind of result. Prince Carl lacks a focus. He's age 12. Getting pretty good at the martial at an 8. That sounds perfect. We've had a little bit of religious conversion in Blackwood Vale, right next to River Run. Apparently some people were still of the drowned gods. And that's still true in Blue Fork. So maybe what I should do is send Septon Brian down here to Blue Fork. See if that has any impact. We are going to have a little bit of unrest from the conversion. Only in Blue Fork, I suppose. Some revolt risk around here as well. Not sure I like that. Send in Lord Kurth to control the situation in Deddington. Apparently they have an incompetent ruler in Deddington. I'm not sure if that's Lady Winifred. And then here in Haraway's Town, we have triple taxation. And then Blue Fork has religious unrest. The Spymaster of Blackwater Rush has been sent to Rayonet to investigate rumors of a plot. Perhaps he'll find out about me trying to kill Jamos. King Mern of the Reach has requested that I come to his coronation. I will be sure to attend. First, I'm going to ransom off any prisoners. King William will not give me 10 gold for Sir Horton, and Lord Roger of Case does not want Quellen back in his service either. Sir Horton is 40 years old and not very good at this point. I'm just going to release him. But Quellen is actually a pretty good marshal, and he could go back to fight for the Rock. So I'm going to try to do the humane thing and put him under house arrest. So attend the coronation. Prince Simon has been appointed my regent. He's 59 as well. Still looks pretty good though. 12 diplomacy and 15 martial. King Mern kneels before the High Septon. The Pope blesses him before placing the crown upon his head. Long live the King. With the ceremony concluded, King Mern bid me farewell. The regency has ended. The peasants of River Run are quite far apart and spread out. Your Master of Whisperers, Lysa Tully, suggests investing in a provincial messenger system. An excellent idea. Lose 40 gold. Supply limit +1. Prosperity increases. A good idea indeed. I'm always up for the prosperity. Sir Voice has refused the invitation of Lord Kurth, his father. These two don't seem to get on very well. 100% though. How silly of him. So the patrols are complete in Castle Lore. I want to get the training ground in there next. That'll give us infantry and archers for 87 gold. And there it is. That's my last act as King Orland. King Orland has died. We are now King Andro, age 35. We have a new heir, Prince Carl. My father deserves to be honored with a funeral. Who will we invite? Just the Tully family? All the court of Riverrun? All my vassals as well? Or all the lords and ladies of the realm? I'm going to spend 100 gold to get the vassals and the court for the funeral. So be it. Alright, here we are, King Andro of the Trident, age 35. A competent steward, fashionable, a falconer, fat, patient, temperate, just, gregarious, and kind. He sounds like a good guy. As I mentioned, our marshal is horrible at 3. We are a jovial patriarch, giving us plus 5% fertility. Very poor military leader. And holding a funeral. First, let's have a look at the council. A lot of gray hairs on the council. I think first we should look at Prince Simon. He's down to a 5 in steward. As I mentioned before, he was the same age as my father. We don't really have any good vassals that could be steward. So we have Lord Hairston of Brandstone, who's a 20 steward, but he has cancer. So I'm not inclined to put him on the council, especially at 51 years of age. So our second best is only 12 steward, but he's only 26, and he's my vassal. So Lord Mathis of Stilfen, congratulations, you've been named hand. Removing Prince Simon has angered Lord Tyler. Lord Tyler has not been happy with me for a while. I can't say I'm inclined to give a damn. So Lord Wayland the Old is 69 years of age. We've already removed him from the council once because of that. But I don't think I'm inclined to do it again at 25 diplomacy. Lord Kurth is my uncle, of course. He's a 15 marshal, and he's up to 54. Lord Anson of Blackwater Rush is a 21 marshal and only 25 years of age. We can keep Lord Benfrey as Master of Coin. I don't see why I wouldn't keep Lysa the Pike as my spy master. She's done a great job. She likes me more than most of the people on this list. So, you get to keep your job. And we only have one choice for Maester. That's Giles. He's 45 now. Stone Dornish. 17 learning. Perfectly competent Maester. And no other choices for Septon either. So Mathis can oversee the realm. Lord Wayland is performing statecraft. Lord Anson will be in Riverrun to raise troops. Benfrey is collecting taxes in Riverrun. Lysa will scheme. Maester Giles will serve the court. And the Septon, will remain in Blue Fork to proselytize the faith of the Seven. We can keep Simon as regent. I'm okay with that. Sir Rob is married to my sister, but he is lowborn. Do we have anybody else that I might prefer as captain of the guard? Garth Tully would be a good choice with 19 martial. And he has a positive opinion of me as well. I'm going to appoint Lord Benfrey of Seaguard as my cupbearer. Garth can be the King's Justice as well. And then we have commanders to appoint. Lord Lucas is an excellent choice. We won't be picking Lord Jamos or Lord Kurth. Again, a lot of graybeards on this list. Lord Benfrey can go. So a quick look at the council, still pretty much in my favor. I do still need to appoint an advisor position. I could pick my mother, that would be interesting. She would be loyal. How times have changed. She was an enemy trying to kill me, and now that Orland has passed, she's loyal to Andro. I need to set the crown focus in Riverrun. My ambition was to become regent, but that can't be cancelled until 5th moon of 65, so that's next month. But that doesn't do me any good right now. As far as my focus, I do have 2 children, and my wife is 28, so I don't necessarily want to do the family focus. I probably should do martial or hunting. Let's do hunting. It will get our martial up 33% and increase our health 0.5 per month. Also, I do still need to do the coronation, but let's wait until the funeral is over. All hail His Grace Andro. The invitations have been sent. I will spend lavishly on the food. 23 gold. Alright, now I can pick an ambition. Well, I already have an heir. Maybe I should pick See the Realm Prosper, because I don't necessarily want to go to war with a 4 martial. I don't want to have a ton more kids. 1 or 2 wouldn't be bad. 5, I don't know. Fall in love. I already have a wife. We already have 2 kids. Improve combat ability. Become exalted among men. Create a treasury. Let's see the realm prosper. 5 years of peace. Master of Coin Benfrey has bad news. I need to repair the castle. 23 gold. All of the guests have arrived at Riverrun. Let the feasting commence. A minor merchant from Riverrun is present at the feast. He has taken the opportunity to bring a petition before you. Lord Anson Thorne owes him a debt. The merchant must be paid, or I disagree. The debt is not owed. The debt must be paid. I don't want to lose the prestige. I was about to lose a bet, and although I felt inclined to cheat, I had to be just, even though it cost me gold. It was worth it. I started talking to one of my guests at the feast and found them most interesting. Hours flew by, wine bottles were emptied. I become friends with Lord Hagen of Blue Fork, who incidentally is Ironborn. Some of my guests did not seem satisfied with the food, but I would never thought they would say it out loud. Queen Cryana, my mother, said a lot of nasty stuff. Shut up. This woman, I don't know what her problem is. Everywhere she goes, she causes havoc. The Silent Sisters finish the preparations for the deceased. Jars of ornate design are placed at the feet of the dead, and the eldest child places the death stones upon the closed eyes of the deceased. One by one, the closest to the departed in life make way into the sept, and speak their goodbyes, shed their mournful tears, and pray to the seven. As the day winds down and the last goodbye is said, the body is carried by kin along the crowd-lined streets to its final resting place. And so it is done. Alright, so now it should be time for the coronation. But before that, let's have a little bit of a fix-up. I think that looks pretty good. Shorten up the hair, grow out the beard, give it a cut. And now we can organize a coronation ceremony. Only the High Septon is fit to crown me. Lord Mathis would like me to come to his small gathering. I don't think right now, Lord Mathis, sorry. To the excellent King Andrew of the Trident, I shall be honored to officiate His Grace's coronation. Marvelous. Now that I have a distinguished member of the faith to officiate my coronation, I must decide how much I wish to spend leading up to the ceremony. A dignified ceremony will do. 100 gold. It's not too bad. The time of my coronation draws near. Only a few more days before I am crowned king before the gods and all my subjects. It will never be soon enough. Meeting new rulers and exchanging ideas about politics and royal virtues has become an interesting consequence of the ceremony. Everybody has at least one anecdote to share with me about the proper way to rule a kingdom. I wonder which is closer to the truth. Fostering good relations with one's neighbors and subjects is paramount. Proper handling of the realm's finances is fundamental. I have good diplomacy, so good relations are paramount. But relations are also paramount because they have poor marshal. So I don't want to get into unnecessary wars. So I'm going to say good relations. Gain 1 diplomacy. This morning a curious visitor came to my court. He is a wandering knight. He has proclaimed that he wishes to pledge his sword to my service. You are welcome. I kneel before the High Septon. His Holiness blesses me before the court. I am finally and truly king. The High Septon has declared an anathema upon my Master of Whisperers, Lysa the Pike. She has been excommunicated. This is a grave situation for her. She is fat and a hedonist and lustful and ruthless. I personally don't see any reason that I need to imprison her at the moment. She is still my Master of Whisperers and doing a fine job. In fact, I don't have any plot to kill Jamos anymore since Orland died. We aren't quite as good at intrigue as we were. Possible plot power is only 40%. Doesn't look like he wants to kill me at the moment. His opinion is up to -5. And yeah, here's a look at Carl. He's a 10 on Marshall, which is very good. And he is no longer heir to the Kingdom of Tarth. Although the High Lordship of Tarth says that he is the next in line. And then my daughter. And then finally Lord Giles the Just of the Dornish Marches. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but it seems like the Stormlands have an issue with succession of Tarth. The castle town that Orland started has been completed in Riverrun. We're still on 536 gold. Let's get some patrol posts in here. Lord Benfrey has collected 65 gold in taxes in Riverrun. Certainly welcome news. Thank you so much. Keeping an eye on Storm Queen Lucinda down here. Her realm is undergoing a lot of strife. She's down to 11,000 troops, and several provinces have broken away. Uncle Kurth has asked me to spend some quality time in Rosby. That sounds nice. Sir Royce Kurth and I had a great time together. My opinion of Sir Royce changes by plus 15 for 20 years. Septon Brian has been attacked in Blue Fork by heathens. Let's bring him back to Riverrun, just for the time being. Prince Carl is 14 and has not been betrothed. So we have Lady Melaine of Casey, who is the Lady of Casey at age 10. She also has a weak claim on the High Lordship of Hornvale, which is this area. So I feel like that might be a good place to start when looking for a marriage that would get us some more territory or some good allies. So arrange betrothal, Lady Melaine and Prince Carl, and she will do that. We'll get a non-aggression pact, send it along. She is a Westerman, but follows the faith of the Seven. Peace be with us. They have accepted the betrothal. Thank you so much. A famous writer proposes my family chronicles. Give him patronage. Lose 28 gold. 15% chance of proud. Did not get proud. Lord Wayland has done good work with Lord Tyler. His opinion of me is up to -3. My mother, Queen Krina, has not been herself. Call the physician. Master Giles has treated my mother and she's feeling much better. I could praise him. This is due to my gregarious trait, and he will like me 15% for 5 years. And we get 20% chance close friends, where I can pay him 5 and we like each other 15%. Or I could say he's doing his job and I would get prestige. I will praise him before the court. Lord Wayland has been an able servant. Let's say I owe him a favor. He's already on the council. Aegon of Deddington has declared a peasant revolt. He has 4,000 troops. That is unfortunate. I can't beat that with just my personal levies. So let's call up the vassals. Alright guys, you know the drill. Into Riverrun. We've been defeated at Brock Hall. That's expected. Another defeat at the Battle of Deddington. And once again, another defeat at Deddington as we just kind of have random armies move into the area. And one last defeat at Deddington, but now we have all the vassals have collected in Riverrun. We can merge them together. We have plenty of commanders. And let's get them into Deddington. I'm going to make sure that Andrew cannot lead armies given his poor marshal. And there we go. Fighting has commenced for real in Deddington. This should be all us. Indeed, they've collapsed already. We have victory at the Battle of Deddington. That gets our war score immediately up to 100. Offer peace. Enforce my demands. What are my demands? He's imprisoned. Yes, that's perfect. Now we can dismiss the levies. Thank you, boys. Now, what can I do with Aegon here? His opinion of me is minus 100. I'm an evil tyrant. He's been ill-treated, his spirit is broken, and he's in the dungeon. And he has food poisoning. So what can I do with you, my good man? Aegon, age 35. Execute prisoner. No one will object? How shall he be dispatched? He will be beheaded. And there we go. The peasant revolt has been put down. And I think that right there is a great introduction to Prince Andrew. He has high diplomacy and high stewardship, so he'll be able to run the realm well. But we have the military infrastructure. Even at 4 Marshal, he is not to be trifled with. So there's plenty of options going forward about how we want to construct the empire. We're officially on our 3rd ruler. I think he's looking pretty good. I'm excited to see what happens with the inheritance of Tarth and if we can keep the peace and what's going to happen with our neighbors, especially the Stormlands or Cracklaw Point. But I think all things considered, it's been a good episode. King Orland, the Confessor, will be missed. He was a great king. He certainly has strengthened the Trident. But there's a lot of uncertainty going forward. The Mount and the Vale, unlike some of our other neighbors, are looking very strong. So we'll have to see what's going to happen there. But for now, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur. This has been Crusader Kings 2, A Game of Thrones. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. And have a good night. We got more up here. And that's it. We failed the event. Makes it 2-0.
For duty.
Get all these archers behind the lines. The good news is that we are profitable. And we need to focus on the boat. I've been cuckolded. Minus 100%. Job done.